Turn it up, baby. Feel it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
On the road again, it's the Batavia Muckdogs stopping by Auburn, New York to take on the third place Auburn Doubledays. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's broadcast. We thank you for tuning in on a cloudy Wednesday afternoon here in Falcon Park. My name is Grayson Natali, and alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell. Without further ado, we'll jump right into today's rosters and show you tonight's starting lineups on both sides. Again, lineups are brought to you by Tompkins Bank of Castile. And we won't skip a beat. Here we go. So, for Batavia, their starting 3 will be center fielder Jalen David, then designated hitter Jackson Inman, third baseman Evan Brock. On the other side, that's shortstop Jaden Madrid, left fielder Ethan Smith, and center fielder Teddy Monahan. Next 4 for both teams. We'll continue off with Doubledays. It's first baseman Justin Batts, third baseman Flynn Shoup, designated hitter Braden Mickelson, and second baseman Connor Rumpf. For the Muckdogs, it's right fielder Braden Rada, shortstop Cooper Russell, extra hitter Glenn Brooks, and first baseman James Quintero. Keeping up with the Muckdogs, it's catcher Cooper Romick, left fielder Jeremy Ramos, and second baseman Braden I. And extra hitter Michael Ambrigio, right fielder Burt Maximum, and catcher Jake Benetavenga. And on the mound for both teams, for the Muckdogs, it's number 12, Jake Sliz, and on the other side, number 8, Will Baker III. But those are your lineups for today, and it's only going to get more interesting from here. Again, we thank you for joining us. My name is Grayson Natali. Alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell, and I'm only saying that once again just so we can get a quick question on how you're doing today, Jarrett, because we're ready to get started very early today and right on time, should I say. But how are you doing today, Jarrett?
Yeah, it's a very chilly day today. Finally had to whip out the sweatshirt, especially here in July. But for right now, big game in terms of playoff implications right now. Niagara is catching up to Auburn right now, and Auburn definitely needs this win. As for the Batavia Muckdogs, they got to stay on top, as Jamestown is still only 1 game behind them right now. They do not play today. So if they get a win here today, they take up a 2-point lead.
We'll see if they get that. We'll just quickly remind you the defensive lineup for the Doubledays before Jalen David takes the first swing of the game. It's, again, Will Baker on the mound, Pentavega catcher, Justin Batts at first, Connor Rumpf over at second. It's Madrid, Jaden Madrid at short, Flynn Shoup on third. And for your outfield, left to right, it's Ethan Smith, and center fielder will be Teddy Monahan, and right fielder Burt Maximum. But that's your outfield, and we're just in time for the first pitch. How about that? Here we go, Will Baker. We'll deal the first one, and it's ball outside. And it's a 1-0 count. Again, that's Will Baker III out there. We'll show you his graphic, and Jarrett will take you through his stats. Go ahead, Jarrett.
Yeah, right now, Will Baker 4-2 so far on the season. 6 appearances, 5.79 ERA, 37 innings pitched, 44 hits, 28 runs, 24 of them being earned, 22 walks, and 29 strikeouts.
The 2-0 count will finally find its way into the zone. It pushes it 2-1 against Jalen David. Again, he's opening things up, and we would have said you had to look back to yesterday's matchup, but no, we've had quite a few rainouts, and even with the smoke from Canada and Northwest, that's a line past the second baseman out to right field, and a base hit leading things off. Jalen David, he'll be stationed over on first.
Jalen David is always that leadoff man that will find a way to get on base, and also loves to steal bases early. He now holds the record for the team in terms of stolen bases, now 37, and that number is just going to keep on increasing as the season goes on.
So now brings up designated hitter number 2, Jackson Inman. We did get note that he did sustain an injury in warm-up, so it took him out of the defensive lineup, but he's still within the batting order as the first pitch is inside, coming near close to him. It will miss. It's just inside and ball 1. But again, the injury taking him out just at the very last minute, according to Jared.
It was definitely the last minute. They had to make a quick change. It had something to do with his throwing arm. They tried get that throwing motion going. He knew something was up, and they didn't want to risk it as the playoffs keep looming.
Is that dribbled over to short? The play at second. And it's in time on the force out. A very close one. I thought maybe he had that chair. I thought he definitely slid in, but no, he's called out on the infield umpire. No call, though, from the dugout. So, again, what I think doesn't go. It's just going to be out on the fielder's choice. Inman now stands on first base, and now up third baseman, Evan Brock, number 11. We always talk about Evan Brock, and go back a week, we did see that he wasn't where he wanted to be at. He came into the season opening things up, statistically speaking, as one of the best hitters in the entire, not Muckdogs, but the PGCBL. And then there was that little dip, and we both noticed that he was not happy where his performance is. But as of late, he's been able to bounce back really strong and come in clutch when the Muckdogs have needed him, as that's fouled off for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, starting off, he was always that four-man. He was always four-man, clean-up hole, that three spot. When he was in that slump, he brought him down to number 6, and he had to get comfortable again. And in this last week, he's definitely gotten back to the form that he was, which has now put him back in that third hole.
Getting on a little bloop over to center, and it will work. Inman held up at second base, and how about that? Evan Brock puts up the second hit already for Batavia early on in this game. So again, 2 singles, Evan Brock and Jalen David started things off right. 1 out off the fielder's choice from Inman, which took Jalen David off the base path. It brings up the cleanup, not the closer.
Cleanup, man, there you go.
It would be a little early to see a closer, but right fielder number 46, Braden Arena. Again, one of the newcomers in the past 2 weeks that we saw in a bunch for Batavia, and he's held down that 4 spot in the batting order for quite some time, as that goes in for strike 1. It pushes it 0-1.
Yeah, he's got a 364 batting average with 22 at-bats, 8 hits, 2 doubles, and 11 RBIs in 8 games. That's an impressive stat line for the cleanup man.
That's fouled off, just fouled left. I thought that one was going more foul clearly. No, it hung on and was going to land right on the line. It just a foot to the left of the third base line over in left field. So it pushes the count 0-2 now for Reyna, who's trying to avoid a 2-out situation, instead just keep the runners moving. But again, Braden Reyna, a young fellow, standing at 6'3", 190 pounds though. Junior over in Fordham University. He will send this to left field, and the left fielder able to locate it on the step. It puts up 2 outs. Now for the Auburn Doubledays defense. It brings up the 5th man in the batting lineup. It's shortstop number 1, Cooper Russell, a man that we always like to mention as Superman. Statistically speaking, on defense and offense, he can perform on both sides. Whatever it's a glove or bat in hand, he can get it done for you. And I mean, they would like to see that him get off to a good start here for Batavia. If he could find their 3rd hit of the day as the first pitch underway. And it's going to punch itself in the lower end of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 count with 2 outs.
With a 3.10 batting average, he's played in 26 games, started in 24 with 71 at-bats, 22 hits, 34 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, and 16 RBIs.
Just missing the zone. He'll push it 1-1 now for Cooper Russell. Baker set. Looks back. He's ready. He deals. And on the lower end, once again, a favorite spot seems to be forming for Baker. We'll see if it's going to be consistent, if Batavia, their hitters, try to adjust. Maybe you have to go a little more underneath on the baseball. But a 1-2 count as it stands. Russell set. Everyone set. Delivers. And just inside of the zone. But no, it's 2-2. Very close there. But the bat will continue. Pitch from Baker. Cooper Russell rifling that over to center left. It will get down in shallow territory. Inman going home. And that's going to be a 1 RBI single from Cooper Russell with 2 outs. Now, how about that? We almost right on cue from Cooper Russell. Needed it there. It reaches a 2-2 count, had it going, just was able to be patient all the way through, and then finally rifling over to center left in shallow territory, which advanced the runners only to first and second again, but brought in one more. It's a 1-0 lead as it stands right now for Batavia. Extra hitter number 22, or 20. Extra hitter number 20, Glenn Brooks, up to bat. It's just too high of the zone. It pushes it to a 1-0 count.
Glenn Brooks has played in 29 games and started in 28 with a 384 batting average, 99 at-bats, 38 hits, 30 runs, 5 doubles, 5 triples, 2 home runs, and 24 RBIs.
That'll be fouled off from Glenn Brooks. Again, Glenn Brooks, a Pace, Florida native from Pensacola State College. 180-pound, 5'11" freshman over there. He's been a staple in center field for the Muckdogs all season long until about his hamstring injury, to which then he was day-to-day for quite some time as he's sending that over to right field. Can it get down? No, a little too much hang time, and it's going to reach all the way to the right fielder, Burt Maximum, for the third and final out. Top of the first comes to a conclusion, but not without a Batavia Muckdogs lead. And, of course, we'll stay on air just to take you through what we got on defense for Batavia without skipping a beat. Here we go. So, of course, your pitcher, we said it once, we'll say it again. It's Jake Sliz opening things up. If we can get that graphic, you know, maybe we'll skip a beat if the graphic didn't want to load, but you know, always got to work through these technical glitches, and should be up in about 5, 4, 3, 2. This
Okay, so while you're getting that,
no, I got it. See, there we go.
Okay, there we go. Boom.
Sliz with a 2.56 ERA, allowing 20 hits, 14 runs, 9 of those being earned across 31 2/3 innings pitched with 50 strikeouts. He's from Alfred State University, a sophomore over there, hometown of Buffalo, New York. Left-handed pitcher, standing at 6'5", 185 pounds. And one thing to note, those 50 pitches, that's good for best on the team.
And it's also third in the league right now. Only person behind him is Arnaud with 58 and Riggis, a person from Utica, with 51. But right now he has a chance to have one of those amazing games that he usually has to climb up these standings and maybe hopefully get up to second tonight.
We'll see if those numbers do increase. For Sliz, again, he'll get the starting nod that start. We'll note his 7th start and 11th appearance. That's going to be good for tied and third in appearances for Batavia Muckdogs. And, of course, we'll take you through the rest of the defense as well. Can't forget that. In just a moment, we'll switch your graphics up on screen and give you where everyone else is. So, of course, Liz on the mound, Cooper Romick at catcher, Quintero over at first, Braden I second, Cooper Russell short, and Evan Brock at third. That's really the change you're seeing with the absence from Inman, who's still, of course, in the batting lineup, but not out there on defense. So in the shift, Evan Brock will take over his usual third-place role. Cooper Russell sent from second to short, and I, a new one from the traditional roster, stepping in over at second base. But for your outfield, Jeremy Ramos, Jalen David, and Braden Reyna left to right. And we're ready to go over for the other side in the bottom of first. Of course, it's 1-0. And here we go. Stepping up first in the box and rifling this straight over to left field off the first pitch. Going to do a little bit of deja vu is Jaden Madrid, number 5. We had Jalen David do that, and he came up with a very quick response.
Yeah, they're second in batting average right now. They are very similar to what the Tarp Skunks are also as the Muckdogs. They're a team that really likes to hit those singles and then get those stolen bases. Right now they are third in stolen bases, only obviously being behind the Batavia Muckdogs and the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. They are a team that loves to get base hits and then steal bags, be aggressive, as there's a bunt attempt right there.
They'll go down as strike one. Again, that's left fielder number 13, Ethan Smith. Again, showing bunt off the first pitch. We'll see the second one here. We'll see if he tries it again. Sliz set. Gonna eye over at Madrid. Won't go, deals home, and within the zone for strike 2.
And Ethan Smith, he's played in 16 games, starting 13 with a 341 batting average, 44 at-bats, 15 hits, 13 runs, 4 doubles, and 8 RBIs.
So now Sliz already ahead. 0-2 pitch is dribbled back within the infield to Cooper Russell. He's got to crash in on it and able to make the putout off the fielder's choice over at first base. It will advance Madrid over to second. We were hoping maybe You see any kind of those grounders, especially with one on, you can think, double play, but that one, thankfully, to Ethan Smith's favor, a very slow roller, making it almost impossible for Cooper Russell to crash in, especially being on turf field. We're going to have to see how that changes any of these baseballs. Movement, should I say, out there. But, of course, now we're up to center fielder, number 20, Teddy Monahan, as trying to catch Madrid going from home plate. It's a stolen base from Madrid as the throw from Romick just off the mark on the left side of the third base bag. So it's not good enough to catch Madrid, who is just showing very similar traits early on to this, to Jalen David. Sliz dealing now, and it's going to be fouled off. It pushes it to a 1-1 count.
As Madrid has 10 stolen bases, that's now his 11th. And when it comes to turf, like you were mentioning before, that ball, if it's got good enough speed, it's just going to keep rolling. So you got to make that decision if you want to take a step back on it or to charge it as an infielder.
1-1, swing and a miss, make that 1-2. And on deck in the cleanup spot, first baseman number 32, Justin Batts. The 1-2 pitch fouled off, so we'll do it again. That was really just late off the bat there to stay with it. It was more of the ball coming down and making contact with the bat instead of back to baseball. Very odd ball there, pun intended, but again.
That was a good pun. That was a good pun.
Thank you, thank you. 1-2, 1-2. Auburn just trying to tie things up again, 1 out. Madrid and a strikeout. Painted is Sliz. And it's now 2 outs. Madrid still over on third as it brings up the cleanup man, the name just mentioned, number 32, first baseman Justin Batts. So the first strikeout credited to Sliz. So he's set for the first pitch. Wheeling and dealing. Strike one. It's going to get away from Romick, though, off the glove to play at the plate. It gets behind Sliz, and in time is Madrid on the slide. And that ties things up for a 1-1. Quick answer from Auburn on their side. They went with just no real hits needed, just needed Madrid's hit, and that's it. He was able to advance the second off the fielder's choice and steal third, and on top of a passed ball over at home, able to come on home and tie it up 1-1 apiece. As that's going to go low. It's a 2-0 count. Just unfortunate there. It's what you don't like to see on the stat sheet, where letting up minimal hits, but instead runs still come in. That's not anything as a team you want to ever see. 3-0 count, though, as that's missing on the low end of the zone for Justin Batts. We'll see if he gets the green light. Sliz deals, and this one also down low for ball 4. We'll award Justin Batts first base, and it brings up third baseman number 2, Flynn Shoup.
Shoup has played in 16 games and started in 12 with a .320 batting average, 50 at-bats, 8 runs, 16 hits, 3 doubles, a home run, and 9 RBIs. And Grayson, what makes Sliz so dominant is his ability to have control over his fastball and his off-speed. He always finds a way to fit those both in perfect situations. As right now, he's trying to find that to really attack the pitchers.
Is that rifled pass? No, a huge snag from Cooper Russell. He on the transition will bobble it, but a good snag from Cooper Russell still to just keep it within the infield, diving and not really staying in front of it, but just trapping it as the ball was going by him. It will award Shoup first base as well off the single from him, and it puts 2 on designated hitter number 22, Braden Mickelson, up to bat.
But it kept him from having that opportunity to go first to third right there.
It really did. That's what you got to note on that. As much as you didn't get the put out, you stopped any more damage from occurring on the offense from Auburn, as that goes for strike 1. 0-1 count for Mickelson. 0-1 swing and a miss. That's dropping down in the zone. Good movement there from Sliz.
Good curveball right there. Got it to drop down right there. Got him to do a quick little ballerina spin in the batter's box.
It's always one thing you want to see as a pitcher is get the batter dizzy. 0-2. And that's rifled down the third base line. A good snag from Brock, trying to beat to the bag. And he will. What a play unassisted from Evan Brock. Able to snag it. Is that ball lined over the third base bag? Diving behind it, he will. And not only that, he has to get up and beat out the lead runner, Justin Batts, to third base, and he will. 3 outs, and it's all tied up. 1-1 apiece. There's 2 runners left on no errors, and 2 hits for the Auburn Doubledays. Brings an end to the first inning entirely. Again, we'll be back in the second inning for more when we come back.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Who are you?
Fans, if you get hit with a foul ball, don't call our insurance.
Why is no one doing anything?
Call UMMC at Rochester Medical Center for help.
Should have called him.
Top of the second, leading things off for Batavia will be number 16, the first baseman, James Quintero. We'll see what he can get done here. Is again William Baker on the mound for the Doubledays. As that's down low, that'll be ball 1.
Quintero is playing 26 games and starting in 22 with a 284 batting average, 67 at-bats, 12 runs, 19 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 15 RBIs. Says, ooh, that one looked a little inside.
That was close. But again, a 1-1 count. Quintero definitely taking a late season form here, as we did see a consistent rotation over at first base. The 1-1, that's fouled off. That'll scare everyone behind the net there. Pushes it 1-2. But again, Quintero, he's now making sure I don't think he wants to let go of first base, that position, and especially in the batting order. And he does well in both spots.
Yeah, he's perfect mix of hitting, perfect mix of also fielding, as we've seen him there, we've seen Roque there, and we've also seen Redmond. It's always good to have those 3 options, but you always want to have that one whenever that playoffs comes into play.
We'll see who gets the nod. 2-2 as that one misses down low. 2-2 pitch from Baker, getting underneath it to shallow left. It's got plenty of air underneath it and a little too much, as that's snagged out in left field by the left fielder, Ethan Smith, for the first out. It brings up catcher number 47, Cooper Romick.
Romick has played in 22 games and started in 19 with a 300 batting average, 60 at-bats, 13 runs, 18 hits, 2 doubles, and 10 RBIs.
Again, we'll see what Romick can do. Sets outside. 1-0 count. Romick, another one of the... Oh, thank you for that correction, Jarrett.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Slipped by me. But yes, it is the top of the second, not the bottom of the first. That's fouled off, 1-1.
We're used to it being yesterday. You know, yesterday we were supposed to have that home game and got some rain.
Here we are in Auburn now. But Romick again, one of the other Muckdogs that had to go through injury and fight his way back dealing with a broken thumb, a swing and a miss. Pushes it 1-2, but he's now and already in set, especially late in the season when the catcher position was definitely depleting in numbers. But again, Cooper Romick from North Chyla, New York. SUNY Brockport, 5'10", 195 pounds. The 1-2, he'll dribble this within the infield. The third baseman closing in, and the put out at first in time puts back-to-back outs. It brings up left fielder number 31, Jeremy Ramos, the third baseman from Auburn, able to crash in, that being Flynn Shoop, cutting off Madrid, but still the right play in stride, able to snag it and throw, and it puts up 2 outs, no one on. Again, Jeremy Ramos up to bat.
As first pitch is fouled off on Ramos. And Ramos in the season has played in 14 games and started in 12 with a .265 batting average, 34 at-bats, 6 runs, 9 hits, a double, and 9 RBIs.
Missing upstairs, it's 1-1.
Oh, yeah, those Spurs. And you're a Thunder fan, too, saying that. So that's true. Yeah, I know it's just nice. Gotta give credit where credit's due.
Getting underneath that is Ramos. It's going to center field. A little too much air underneath it and caught in the outfield. It brings up 3 outs in the top of the second, and the blink of an eye is done, just courtesy of flyouts and groundouts. No recorded strikeouts yet for Will Baker, but it doesn't matter. Able to close the top of the second just like that. The bottom of the second right around the corner when we come back.
I'll take 1 million beers, please.
Nah, man, we don't have that. Here, try this.
What's this?
This is beer from Eli Fish, the official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
That's unbelievable. Thank you.
No problem, man.
I'll have what he had.
Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome to the YMCA. Let me show you around. They have free weights and machines here at their state-of-the-art gym. They also have open courts here. And after all those activities, you can come to the pool and cool off. Remember, folks, you can find all these activities here at Glow YMCA, Genesee County Branch.
The bottom of this second. Here we go. Defensive time for Batavia. We'll see what they got. It's all tied up, 1 apiece after both teams were able to score 1 run, each in the top and the bottom of the first. Dribbling things off here to Evan Brock over a third, and an easy put out to start things off as the hit from Cooper Rumpf is quickly retired and back to the dugout. Brings up extra hitter number 1, Michael Ambrosio. So just going swinging on the first pitch, and you can see right now that that's a trend for the Doubledays at least. But again, 1 out, and Ambrosio up to bat as that goes for ball 1, a 1-0 count. Sliz set, delivers, and that one well in the zone, 1-1.
And Ambrosio played in 15 games, starting 11 with a .125 batting average, 24 at-bats, 5 runs, 3 hits, a double, and 3 RBIs.
Just going to miss on the higher end. And will push it to a 2-1 count. And Sliz, one of the names that we've seen recently, they swing and a miss, 2-2. Ambrosio's going swinging on a low-end pitch, but Sliz, again, we don't really see him too often coming in late in the game for an appearance. It's more of a start. But that has not been the pattern as of late, as we'll dive into that in just a second. 2-2. And fouled off, it'll stay 2-2. Last appearance we saw was the last matchup that was played through. Niagara Ironbacks in the 8-4 loss for Batavia. In that outing for Sliz, he appeared for 2 innings, allowing no hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts across 5 batters faced with his short time on the mound. And the 2-2 again fouled off. We'll do it again. Before that, July 17th at the win against Olean at Batavia, 3-2. Sliz, 2 innings appeared, 1 hit, allowed no runs, 4 strikeouts across 7 batters faced. So he was out for a very short amount of times on both ends. As the 2-2 again fouled off the gear, the umpire, he doesn't even hesitate though.
And we're always going to mention the playoffs because it's starting to loom right now. But when it comes to playoffs, every single pitching arm is on, ready to go. It doesn't matter if you're a starting pitcher. It doesn't matter if you're a relief arm or a closer.
2-2. And just going to miss on the low end. Full count.
And keep going on. It doesn't matter what you are in terms of like the name as a pitcher. It's just all arms are on deck in the playoffs. And it's nice seeing Sliz also make some bullpen appearances too.
Payoff. And has that in the bottom right corner. Punched in for the second strikeout for Sliz. He's got both of them looking. That's a good way to start things off. Right fielder number 25, Burton Maximum, up to bat. Again, 2 outs, no one on. We'll see if they can get the same kind of courtesy with the 3 up, 3 down, as that's what Batavia went through in the top of the second. That one high off the release, that one slipping away, if anything, from Sliz. But again, the last time we saw a start, you have to go all the way back to July 11th in the 7-6 victory for Batavia in that comeback against the Elmira Pioneers. But the 1-0, swing and a miss, make that 1-1. In that game, Sliz only served 3 1/3 inning, allowing 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those being earned. 3 batters walked, 4 strikeouts across 18 batters faced. That game definitely not where his numbers would definitely like to be, as you could see that makes up for almost half his stats in terms of runs. A swing and a miss on another breaker on the lower end pushes it 1-2. But that really shows the longevity that Sliz can serve outside of those games that, you know, you're a pitcher, you're human. Swing and a miss off drop strike 3. And there it is. 3 up, 3 down. 2 more strikeouts for Sliz just in this inning alone. Brings the total to 3 on the day. And it's still 1 apiece between the 2 teams.
Now you're starting to see that ability that Sliz has to mix in his fastball and his off-speed pitches to really take control of the game right there. That was a beautiful way to come back from that first inning.
Again, we'll just talk about it here is just because playoffs right around the corner. Again, these 2 teams collide to form an interesting matchup that we've got going on. It's the 1 and 3 seed in the West Division going head-to-head as the season winds down. Batavia does enter today with a record of 26-9-1, while Auburn holds on to a 20-15 record. With how things have closed out with the PGCBL season, particularly with the rain cancellations and the smoke from the northwestern wildfires, we've seen that it's been a unique end really to the season in general in terms of how it's affecting playoffs, because teams are able to get ahead by playing a game and having their opponents who are closing in on the gap miss a game, because that doesn't make it so if you both win, it stays where it at. If you win, you get a full game ahead, while the other side, if you do lose, you're risking a lot. So it's high risk, high reward, and it's kind of a weird game of chess and checkers. It's up to you what you're going to be playing as right now. For the 2-1 victory yesterday for the Doubledays against Geneva, which improved their hold on 3rd place to 1.5 games comparatively to 4th place, held down by the Niagara Ironbacks
Yes,
as it stands
as
today.
right now, as we'll continue off with Niagara right now, they're the hot team right now. 3 wins straight. They're going against Olean right now, who is 6th in the league. If Olean loses this game, their playoff chances are probably done, as tomorrow they have to go play the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. as that will be another big game for Olean. And so they basically need this win here, as Elmira versus Geneva is the other big game. Elmira is 5th right now. They are only 0.5 games behind Niagara, but Niagara, like we mentioned, hot team, 3 straight, took a game against Batavia on Monday, or Tuesday. Monday was day off.
Top of the third. First pitch in for strike one on the lower end. Getting that second baseman, number 17, Braden I, up to bat from Baldwin, Missouri, Westminster College. 5'11", 165 pounds. That goes for ball one, 1-1 count.
As I has played in 21 games and started in 15 with a 200 batting average, 55 at-bats, 14 runs, 11 hits, a triple, and 6 RBIs.
1-2 count off the swing and miss for Braden I. Again, he's been a constant piece that's been able to fit into the rotation within the starting lineup, as that's fouled off down the first baseline. It'll stay 1-2, as you know, we've always seen the pieces that do come in to swap out, especially at first base with Jalen Roque and James Quintero, and out there at shortstop occasionally with Miles Minnell coming in for Vasquez.
Yep.
Especially at catcher. Not too much really at second, but again, he's been able to provide that depth piece, and always when his name is called, he does show up and able to provide for this Muckdogs team, and that's going to show well in terms of depth come playoff time, because we always have mentioned before, around that mark, you do have to watch out. 1-2, fouled off, we'll do it again, purely because players might have their count reached, and they might go home.
There's a few players that I would say probably is getting up there, as right now you always got to have those backup plans, especially, again, Cooper Russell. He's going to Brown, a big school, so.
Is that sent over to left field side in foul territory, and a foul out. Snagged by the third baseman, Flynn Shoup. It puts up 1 out here in the top of the third.
As right now, you always got to get ready to have those backups as the playoff comes, because it would absolutely stink if you lose a player and you don't have that backup plan. And I think Coach Skip knows that's coming, and he is ready with the substitutions just in case.
He trusts his guys, and he trusts every single one of them. Showing bunt is Jalen David. He'll pull it back just in time as it's too high for ball one, a 1-0 count. Jalen David, 1 of 1 on the day with a single. It was then out off the fielder's choice, to which Jackson Inman hit over the shortstop. Getting underneath this is David, high flyer just on the outside part of the infield over and right, and snagged by the second baseman, Connor Rumpf, for out number 2. It brings up designated hitter number 2, Jackson Inman, who was able to reach first off the fielder's choice in his last at-bat.
Inman leads the team in batting average with a 404, with 104 at-bats. He started in 30 games, and then he's played in all 30 of those games. 34 runs, 42 hits, 12 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 25 RBIs.
Strike one off the check. Called a win. Inman from Damascus, Maryland, Richmond University, standing at 6'2", 200 pounds, sophomore over there. And when I say the most notable third baseman that they've had all season long, is it's swing and a miss for 0-2. A nice break there from Baker. As outside of injuries or the occasional time where he is able to get a nice break and just find its way into the extra hitter, designated hitter lineup spot, he's held down third base. That's a high flyer again in foul territory, eerily similar to Braden I, and it's almost deja vu. The third out comes to a conclusion here in the top of the third, just like that, with 2 foul outs and a fly out over to second from Jalen David. Brings an end to the top of the third like that, and we'll be back for more following these commercial breaks.
Order for the Batavia Muckdogs.
Feeding the pack.
Gotta feed the pack.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Bottom of the third, set and ready. And here we go. Leading things off for the Auburn Doubledays, it's the last man in the batting lineup, catcher number 27, Jake Bentavenga. First pitch, it's going to be in the lower end for ball one, missing downstairs.
And Bentavenga has played in 16 games, starting 14 with a .310 batting average, 42 at-bats, 13 runs, 13 hits, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs.
Again, down in the lower end. Pushes it 2-0. Both teams held scoreless in the second inning. Sliz trying to keep that the same, to keep it tied, heading to the top of the fourth. But again, we got 3 more outs to go before we reach that point. Again, downstairs, it pushes it 3-0. Sliz set. And another low one, but this one high enough. Playing with the zone. Will punch it in for strike one. 3-1. Bentavenga gonna foul that off. Full count. Last time we had a 3-0 count, it was an instant walk for Justin Batts, but this time Sliz says no. Payoff. Fouled off, we'll do it again. Fought all the way back. He's trying to keep it that way right now. There's another payoff pitch, is again fouled off and out of play. We'll do it again once more. Just staying alive and staying with it, and it's working. Payoff once more, and that will be a miss this time. Was hanging on for dear life going against Sliz, and this time he won't win. Another strikeout, the 4th of the day recorded for Sliz. If you're going back to the bottom of the second, that makes it 3 in a row for Sliz.
Yeah, he was not losing that guy. Constant straight fastballs right there. He was late on those last 2 fastballs, so for him to get the job done.
Now we're back to the top of the lineup. It's shortstop number 5, Jaden Madrid. Single in his last at bat. So it's a 1-1 count. So it's only been 5 hits all game. 2 for the Doubledays, 3 for the Batavia. That's well inside and almost to the distance of where Madrid stands in the batter's box. It pushes it 2-1.
This Baker hasn't gotten a single strikeout yet. In terms of Sliz, though, 4 strikeouts, like you mentioned, 3 straight right now. It's just 2 different stories of how these pitchers have taken control of this game.
Locating that in the bottom right. That's the one place I can tell you Sliz always likes is just go with a nice changeup or the slider, either of those combinations, and he just lets that ball sit and drop into the bottom right, and it's been working. But 2-2. This time he brings the heat, chopped. Brock closing in. The throw to first on a beam. Quintero with yoga will be able to secure the second putout. Brock crashing in at the speed of light, able to snag it, and on the run, send it over with a lot of heat. You could almost see the ball trail all the way to Quintero, who's lunging out to secure and make sure he beats out Madrid off the ground out. It puts up 2 outs. Left fielder number 13, Ethan Smith, up to bat. His last at bat, a fly out over to, or out on the fielder's choice, excuse me. That's fouled off. Back to the dugout for the Doubledays, right into the dugout, should I say, and pushes it 0-1.
Working with a 0-1 count, 2 outs, and no one on. The pitch.
That's in the downstairs. It'll make it a 1-1 count.
Ryan, you know I was joking, right? Like, I feel bad. That did kind of hurt my feelings, although I had some notoriously not been a stylistic dresser.
Sliz on the deal. Again low. See, that's the one thing about Sliz is he does not like to go high. He does not want any of these guys getting the opportunity to try to line one out. If you have to go for a swing, you're going in that lower end of the zone.
He's looking for pop-ups. That's like the big one that he's looking at for.
That's fouled off, and exactly that. Just when you can create situations for the hitters where their only chance is to really send it, and if they don't get it, where's it going to go? It's just going to have incredible hang time, and he plays well with his defense with that mindset. And, of course, he knows how to attack high when he wants to, and he will change that up. If you think you're set on Sliz and it's like, I figured him out, no, you don't.
And he even gets you like those curveballs and those sliders and those changeups that he absolutely loves to throw. It's got amazing spin rate, looks outside, but always find a way to hit the zone.
2-2 count for Sliz. Wow.
Nope, they
The
called
check
it.
swing.
Nope,
All
check
right,
swing.
there
They made the call. Yup.
Everyone thought it. The entire Batavia defense, even Smith, had turned around ready to go back to the dugout on the check swing. And then even the home plate umpire said, hold on. But we finally got confirmation from the infield umpire. He went on the check swing for strikeout swinging. That's the 5th of the day for Sliz, and it retires the 3rd inning as well. It's tied 1 apiece between the two teams heading to the top of the 4th. We'll stay on air for this break, and it's time to take you through the schedule panel, which is...
We're nearing the end. We're home stretch.
It's getting small and very slim. As more, I was trying to get a hold of what was going on in the background, and we got it now. But, of course, here is what you have for the schedule. It's very slim. Tomorrow versus Auburn, we'll just be bringing them back to our place at Dwyer Stadium. Then at Friday at Newark, 6:30. And Saturday, the finale for the regular season, hosting the Niagara Falls Americans this Saturday, July 25th at 6:30. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we've secured playoff spot, and at this point, we've also secured that we will be hosting a playoff game, which is on Monday, July 27th. July 27th, playoffs at Dwyer Stadium. We don't know who yet, and we don't know what seed exactly. It's still all up for grabs, but it's a guaranteed home playoff matchup.
Right now, we'll say it's Niagara right now, but it's going to get closer and closer. And then Auburn will be the 3rd seed. They'll be playing against the 2nd seed, which is the Jamestown Tarpskunks.
Hey, they haven't locked anything yet.
That's true. They're sold, but we're just going to...
That's what I'm trying to say. Everything's still up for grabs.
We're just going to say the situation as right now is Kid was getting ready to run the bases. He was going 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and he's not able to touch home.
He tried, and he tried to get away with that one, but big boo from the crowd as the kid tried to take a little alternate route. Instead of going just the 3rd, he wanted it all for an infield park home run, but won't be able to get it on the inside. But, you know, gave it a shot, and the crowd backed him up there. But the top of the 4th, we'll have to go past through that, and we're ready, set, go. Just didn't want him to get hit on the warm-ups. A little slow roller to second base bag is Evan Brock, but a huge throw will be able to make it 1 out just like that in the top of the 4th. As a guess, that was third baseman, number 11, Evan Brock, opening things up, and a grounder over the shortstop will quickly just put an end to his sprint over to first base. It was close, but Madrid able to beat him out with his arm. So it's one out, right fielder number 46, Braden Reyna.
Baker has just been blowing through this team right now. He's just using his team right now. He's using the guys that are on the field. At Sliz, he's taking control of the game due to his pitching, getting those strikeouts like we mentioned. It's just a story of two different pitchers that have control of the game right now.
Exactly right, statistically speaking, is that's going to foul territory in left field, and it's landed in play, but right against the wall. And I could tell you the left fielder for Auburn, Ethan Smith, I don't think he was going to put his body on the line for that one. Is that just going to fall harmlessly?
That's a great attempt and a phenomenal hustle play by the left fielder, Ethan Smith.
To a 1-2 count.
By inches. If there was no wall there, Smith could have gotten.
But you are right, no strikeouts yet recorded for Will Baker. I'm going to actually...
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
1-2, getting underneath this, fouled off in behind home plate. I'll save it for the next pitching change. But I feel like everyone knows where I'm getting at. But 1-2. Baker's set. Again, no one on, one out. Deals and rifled foul. Just missing the infield umpire over on first base.
Playing some dodgeball a little bit right there. There we go.
That was rifled off the bat from Reyna. Reyna in his last at bat, a fly out over to left.
Get that man on a dodgeball tournament right there.
Guess you could say that, but Baker will step off, and his time's called from Reyna at home plate. He's now back in the box. Both of them are set this time. Baker, delivery. That missing down low. 2-2. On deck, number one, shortstop Cooper Russell. But a long at bat. 2-2. And again missing down low. So a count that seemed favorable for Baker following the foul balls. It's full count, and we're about to see a payoff. Payoff from Baker, and missing it too high upstairs, and that's ball four and a walk. Reyna will be awarded first base off the full count. So now I'll go to eventually what it's saying. Hasn't had his first strikeout all day, and just like you were saying, has played well with the defense, because if we go to the past two innings defensively for Auburn, it's been 3 up, 3 down. That's been the story. With the fly-out groundouts and all those combinations, including the foul-outs. Whatever you needed, it worked. And that's going to be the one cue that breaks it here, this walk with Reyna. Shortstop number one, Cooper Russell up to bat. He was the RBI single, as that is way up high and very close to Cooper Russell for a little scare. But it's going to go for ball one. But Russell, the only man so far with an RBI recorded for the Muckdogs, as it stands 1-1 between the two teams here in the top of the fourth. Set, ready is Baker. Deals, and it's again too high. 2-0.
We're allowed to dump it down. What's your favorite donut at Dunkin' Donuts? I like the cinnamon sugar ones. Those are the real gas donuts. So we'll go 1-2-1.
2-0. Ooh. Gonna hang on to the outside of home plate. Just in there for strike one. It moves the count 2-1. And too high again, 3-1.
I guess we'll have to go somehow in between innings and go get some munchkins. Yeah, there's 3 down there, so we'll have to go make a bad guess.
It's at 3-1. Again, over on first is Braden Reyna following the walk. And sending this deep to center, a little too much underneath it. And that's going to be caught in the outfield by Teddy Monahan. It looks good off the bat, but again, just one of those hits that stays up for a little too long, and you need that one to be a little shorter down on its trajectory. But again, I guess he didn't check the wind when he came up to bat. So 2 outs. It's extra hitter number 20, Glenn Brooks, a fly out over to left field in his last at bat.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how they can make a bat in play right now. They've tried pop flies, they've tried grounders, and right now they are making the plays on it.
The runner going to second, Reyna, and the ball gets by. He will be able to go on to third, and that's going to be an easy base to take. No slide needed, so forget just on second. Oh, it just lost a bit of gear for a second. I thought he was having to go back, and I was about to question it, but no, just lost a bit of gear, and he's over on third base, so just stealing second off the first pitch. It's a 1-0 count, but the ball just missing both the second and shortstop. So first man in front, and that's going to be sent to center left, and it's going to get down in the gap. An easy trot home for Reyna, and an RBI single on 2 outs for Glenn Brooks makes Batavia with the lead as it's 2-1.
Crucial mistake on that stolen bag right there. Was able to get 2 bags right there, and Glenn Brooks gets a free base hit.
I mean, a hit like that that's outside. It moves the count 1-0. Up to bat is first baseman number 16, James Quintero. But I'm just going to say, I think that kind of hit would have been a RBI nonetheless. That was right in the gap, and that will be punched its way for strike one, 1-1. But you talk about trying to find a way to get a ball down in the outfield, and it's right there. You just got to find the gap from Glenn Brooks, who rifles that to center left. You could see the outfielders
There's
over
a
there.
gap. There
The
is.
gap between center and left, as that's fouled off to the overhead, pushes it 1-2, is much wider than in right field. I guess, I don't know. Glenn Brooks knew what he had to get done, and he did it. The RBI single to him breaks the tie as both teams were held scoreless for 2 innings straight. But no more. 2-1 lead for Batavia. With a 1-2 count, 2 outs to Quintero, and has him looking for strike 3. The top of the 4th retired, but the lead has been brought back in Batavia's favor. Only by 1, though, so far. So you got to watch out, and a huge strikeout there for Brett Baker. His first of the day going against James Quintero. Late in this game, not what you want to see from a pitcher, but if you're going to get right back on track, you might as well start somewhere.
Yep, as Monahan is coming up for Auburn, and then Justin Batts, and then Flynn Shoop. 3, 4, 5 is the next 3 batters up that Sliz has to face, who's taking control of this game now. He's starting to get that fastball, like we always mentioned, that off-speed going. He just has to keep it up.
And we'll be back for more baseball heading to the bottom of the 4th when we come back.
I'd like to withdraw some Muckbucks, please.
Muckbucks?
Realistically, I can't withdraw Muckbucks here. But what I can do is do all my banking through Tompkins Bank, an official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs. I gotta get back to picking up my Muckbucks.
Here in Batavia, hard work and community goes hand in hand. That's why the Batavia Muckdogs are a proud partner with Farm Credit East, helping support the people of Western New York grow.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, an official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
At the bottom of the 4th, ready, set, play ball once more. Opening things up, as said by Jarrett, is center fielder number 20, Teddy Monahan. First pitch, and punched in the bottom left. The corner's playing well for Sliz. It's strike 1. So one thing against Liz, I don't think the center of the zone really exists to him half the time.
It's corners. It's Pablo Picasso. It's paying corners.
as that's going down the third baseline. It's going to eventually go foul and pushes it 0-2.
Just like that, Monahan is down in the count 0-2. Monahan stuck, but he's also a batter who really never
Monahan a strikeout looking, the first one to fall, the domino to Sliz. Right now with an 0-2 count, Sliz definitely looking to repeat history. 0-2 pitch. Getting underneath it over the head of Cooper Russell. And all the way to the wall. It's going the distance. Going third is Monahan. The throw finally coming in from Jalen David. And a triple from Monahan.
And that's the problem with turf. The moment it hits the ground, it's just going to roll. And even though David has those wheels, you're just not going to beat a ball that's rolling on turf with some mustard on it.
The correction for me, I'm so used to Cooper Russell being in second, and I was over the head of Braden I at second. But again, that ball coming down, it just had a lot of heat behind it too. When it's low trajectory like that, of course, like you say, with turf, it's a bad combination. It's going to skip like a rock, as that's right over the first base bag, now in foul territory. It's going all the way to the right field wall, but stopped, as it's an RBI single with no outs, and quickly it's all tied up in the blink of an eye, 2 apiece between these two teams. And that's how you open things up right for Auburn. The triple from Monahan, being down in an 0-2 count, doesn't miss a beat, rifling that over I, and then up Justin Batts, number 32, quickly responding, rifling that over the first base bag by a hair, but still good enough for an RBI single, as he now stands on first base. That's going to be inside for ball 1. It's third baseman number 2, Flynn Shoop, up to bat. He had a single in his last at bat as well, trying to continue the chain in Auburn's favor with back-to-back hits. Sliz, Hang bats over on first base, delivers home, and that's going to be fouled off and out of play. Moves count 1-1.
And going back to that hit, whenever someone's sitting on third, you always have your first baseman come up, just in case that bunt opportunity comes, or just in case of that heater that just goes straight by Quintero. And that, again, it just rolled in the turf, and Quintero was not ready to catch it.
Again, 1-1 count. As that's a swing and a miss on the higher end, it pushes it to 1-2. We'll see if Flynn Shoop can avoid being the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Sliz is set. He is going to eye bats once more over first. Delivers home. And fouled off into the glove. So doesn't get it the right way. And it's a strikeout. That's a hitter. Hitter number 22, Braden Michelson, up to bat. Out on the fielder's choice on the ball hit over to third. Impressive play unassisted by Evan Brock that we saw earlier in this game. Again, he's gone 1 out, 1 on. And the first pitch, in for strike 1. So again, that strikeout going down, it's the 6th strikeout for Sliz. That's fouled off, and again, a 0-2 situation for another Auburn batter. These combinations have gone different ways. Last time we saw this, it didn't go Batavia's way, should I say, so that's kind of clear as day, the triple from Monahan. Sliz looking over at first, and that's very far inside and won't be able to make contact with Michelson. He's able to ballerina dance, as you said it last time there, Jara, as he really went up on 1 foot, bringing back his right foot, and I think that's all the reason that it's going to be just a ball instead of a hit by pitch. 1-2. Sliz deals. Again inside, blocked down by Romick. 2-2.
The risk of hitting corners is that if you miss your spin rate or you miss your spot, it's going to be very close to the batter. It's going to be very close to the pass ball. It's a risk that Sliz likes to take, and that's how he takes controls in this game, as right now 2-2 count.
2-2. And missing on a looking. It's full count just below the zone. And a count that started at 0-2 has now found its way to being full at 3-2. Bats over at first still. 1 out, payoff, and dribbled over to Brock. He'll wait, sit on it, out at second. And the first safe, so won't be able to get the double play, but an out off the fielder's choice puts up 2 outs. Replace Justin Batts over at first base for Braden Michelson now, will you have it, with 2 outs. It brings up second baseman number 24, Connor Rump. But again, a full count that was 0-2 all the way to there, and then a slow roller over to Evan Brock at third, and he's able to be patient, elect to wait, and then make the fielder's choice over at second base. Not able to turn it double was Braden Eyes. Again, him sitting on it was more the reason from Brock, as it was slow rolling. So again, no pointing fingers really, but 0-1 count for Sliz. That's going to miss downstairs. It pushes the count 1-1. A pickoff attempt over at first. The first time we've seen it tonight from Sliz. Won't be no good, as Michelson is still out there. Again, the fans here at Falcon Park getting into it. Will miss down low again, 2-1. Kind of Rump the ground out over to Evan Brock at third in his last at bat. Again, down low. We talk corners. We'll say it one more time before you get sick of it, but just not finding it here. Went to the bottom left to the bottom right, missing both too low. It's a 3-1 count. Sliz deals, and it's too high. Ball 4, and will award Rump first base. It puts 2 runners on first and second, both covered by the Doubledays. An extra hitter number 1, Michael Abrigio, up to bat. He was the second strikeout domino for Sliz in this day. Again, he fell looking in his last at bat.
This is the guy that you want up to bat if you're Sliz, with a runner on scoring position. 125 batting average, like we mentioned. 24 at-bats, only having 3 hits to get out of the inning. This is the guy that you want out in the batter's box.
As that's inside, it pushes the count 1-0. Again, the crowd again, really just getting into things here at Falcon Park. So let's checking on the runners. Deals home and fouled off. 1-1. And the pitch from Sliz, again, starting high and not able to drop that one down. It's 2-1. Sliz will check the runners. Delivers. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 for Ambrosio. And call timed from Romick. He wants to talk things over with Sliz. Not sure if it's going to be the base runners or this 2-2 count that they want to try to just wrap things up here and wrap up the 4th inning in its entirety, as it is sitting tied 2-2, but 2 outs and 2 on. just trying to make sure that tie really doesn't get too far.
I think we'll look for an off speed right here. Maybe that curveball that he loves to throw or that slider to try to get the batter's eyes moving. And then if it's a ball, you go for that strike with the fastball.
You heard it here, folks. Choice call from Jarrett. He'll check the runners, deals the 2-2. He called ball 3. I thought that. I
did too, but don't worry. There's that off speed now. He's got his eyes looking high now. Fastball, right down low.
Very close call on that one, if anything. Full count. Sliz will look at the runners. No one covering. Everyone set. Deals the payoff and swing and a miss. There you go, Jarrett. And that's out number 3 on another strikeout. The 7th of the day for Sliz as the 4th inning is retired. It's tied between the two guys. Two teams, really. Excuse me. But it's 2-2 as it stands right now. Heading to the top of the 5th. If we look at the stats for the two pitchers, with that strikeout going against Ambrosio. Again, that's 7th of the day for Sliz. He's served 4 innings, allowing 4 hits, 2 runs, one of those being earned. 2 batters walked, 7 strikeouts across 18 batters faced, and 74 total pitches. That's the number we're going to be looking at for the two guys. In terms of the numbers, they're very similar except for the strikeouts, which we have mentioned. But again, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, all 2 earned. 1 batter walked, 1 strikeout, 17 batters faced, and 65 total pitches for William Baker III. So again, those numbers are similar besides the strikeout count. Between these two guys, they're serving the longevity. And we're going to just see when that eventually peters out and who will be the first one to tap out.
It all depends on how the game goes. As right now, both teams are taking control, but both teams now had runners in scoring position opportunities right now. It's just how many you want as a pitcher before you start to get worried of can he get through it.
We'll eventually see how it pans out, but again, we're just going to step away and we'll be right back when things are ready out there on the field. We'll see you in just one moment. Set and ready. Number 47, catcher Cooper Romick will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. First pitch, a swing and a miss. And it's an 0-1 count. Romick with a ground out over to third in his last at bat. As that's going to miss upstairs. Just a little too high. It's 1-1. As Roman getting a hold of that shallow right field. Backing up is the second baseman meeting the right fielder, but it's the right fielder who finally calls it off. Burt Maximum underneath it for the first out. It brings up left fielder number 31, Jeremy Ramos. Ramos in his last at bat, a fly out over to center. And once again from Stony Point, New York, Binghamton University, freshman over there, sitting at 6 foot, 190 pounds. That goes for ball 1. Trying to break the tie is Muckdogs, as each team is copying the other. Really, should I say it's Auburn copying Batavia as they get it done first. That's in for strike one, 1-1. Batavia scored one in the top of the first, then Auburn, of course, answered. Both teams went scoreless until both teams put up one more in the fourth inning. It's tied 2-2. Getting underneath this is Ramos to center. It's deep near the warning track and caught over the shoulder. On the play there, Teddy Monahan. It's now 2 outs.
So to give a little update right now for the next bottom of the fifth, there is some action in the bullpen, and Sliz walked into the bullpen. So the question is that was he just doing that to talk with the players, figure stuff out, or we could be seeing the end of Sliz's night?
He's at 72. It's just a question of if the days before is going to limit his count, as he did have, again, as mentioned prior on this broadcast, Sliz has been doing a serviceable role, not because he's been replaced as a starter, but just more to bring in an arm for these games where their pitch count goes quite high for everyone and just bringing in 5 or 6 pitchers in those matchups. He's been servicing as a change of arm, and that's been in the past week about, I believe, 3 appearances, if I am correct on that, as that's outside.
If you're including this game, 3, but if you're not including it, 2, because in Olean he pitched 2 innings, and then Niagara he pitched another 2. You can also fact check him.
It doesn't matter. No, I was including this one. That's what.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So that's in for strike one. It's 2-1. Excuse me, 3-1. Thank you for that correction, Jarrett. But 3-1 count. And that's going to make it ball 4. So Braden and I will be awarded first base, and we're back to the top of the order. Jalen David, center fielder, number 50. Jalen David from Bronx, New York. Holy Family College, a sophomore over there, sitting at 5'10", 175 pounds, and always mention it, but always have to, a star utility player for this team. So he'll take strike one looking. He's got 1 man on, 2 outs, so a unique situation. 1 of 2, a single and then a fly out to shallow right, which was caught by the second baseman. We'll see if he's able to do what he did in the first at-bat. Trying to break this tie once more. He'll rifle this, but stopped by the second baseman. Will bobble it, but eventually able to get the underhand toss to the shortstop and wrap things up here in the top of the 5th. So now with that, it's still tied 2-2 apiece here at Falcon Park between the two teams. Leading things off for the Doubledays will be Burt Maximum when we come back in just a moment. The bottom of the fifth, we have a pitching change. It's number 3, Mason Davey, coming out there on the mound in replacement for Sliz. So I guess you were right there, Jarrett. You saw Sliz exit. His day finally comes to a conclusion after a total of 74 total pitches going against 18 batters faced. Those 4 innings only allowing 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those being earned, 2 batters walked, and 7 strikeouts, 2 of which being looking. But again, 74 total pitches brings an end to Jake Sliz. Replacing him is number 3, Mason Davey, starting here in the bottom of the 5th.
Davey has made 8 appearances with a 1.91 ERA, 3 wins, no losses, 28 innings pitched, 16 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them being earned, 20 walks, and 35 strikeouts.
As that goes for strike 1. The first batter he will face is right fielder number 25, Burt Maximum. He had a strikeout in his last at bat. Courtesy of Sliz, we'll see if Davey can continue that.
It's early though, 0-2 count now.
And that's sent on a slow roller over to short. Russell, a toss off the mark, the sidearm a little too high, a bounce off the foul territory wall, and a close play at second, but no. So off the error, reaches first and then advancing second as well, as that situation just gets away from the Batavia defense very quickly on this pitching changeup. Not what you want to have start from the defense.
It's his first throw to, he's usually the second baseman, so first throw where he really had to get it out of his glove, as bunt attempt was shown by Bentavenga.
But again, that officially goes down as a hit with an error allowing him to advance. Again, that Burt Maximum, a hit advancing second off the error from Cooper Russell over at short. Showing bunt once more, laying it down the third baseline, and perfect. The throw to first, not in time.
Perfect bunt right there. Quintero is the one that's got to run from first because Brock's got to cover third if the bunt, because the runner's over sitting at second. So you just got to get it to the third base line, and he put it perfectly in that spot.
Again, perfection there on the bunt. It's now no outs and runners on the corners here for the Doubledays, following the bunt from Jake Bentavenga. We're back to the top of the lineup. Again, 1-0 count, shortstop number 5, Jaden Madrid, and you could definitely hear it on the broadcast. Falcon Park is alive now. Trying to break the tie and take their first lead are the Doubledays, showing bunt again. Back, play at home, a sliding on her and toss, and safe at home plate. Quintero crashing in, but just wasn't able to get the ball into his hand in a timely manner. You could see it there closely enough on the transition. He lost it just for a second, and that's all that Maximum needed to get home and reach in for the score to take the lead 3-2 here for Auburn.
I think he was trying to also figure out what his throw was going to be, because right there when he had the bunt attempt picked up, he was going to go for a throw, but obviously you're throwing it a little too quick, as another bunt attempt is shown right there, another batter. But he kind of hesitated on if he wanted to throw it underhand or throw it overhand, and by then he just went for the underhand and it was too late. We'll see if another bunt attempt is going to be shown for Ethan Smith.
Another attempt will be shown. Romick will hesitate on the throw, trying to see if he could have caught any of the runners. Davey set, another shown bunt, pulling it back. That goes in for a strike. 2-1 count. Excuse us for the correction there on the scorebook. 2-1. Again, 2-on, no outs. Ethan Smith. It's continuously shown bunt. Quintero playing in. He won't show here. That's ball upstairs. 3-1. Okay, we
Now
had the
Auburn
pitching change earlier with Mason Davey coming in for Sliz, and his first appearance, or not first appearance, but should I say first time taking the mound today, really just not going his way. The hit, and now ball 4, it's down low. Loads the bases with no outs for the Doubledays. Again, bases loaded, no outs, and they've already brought in 1 runner.
And Grant's coming out right now because I'll be honest, they're in his head right now. They've shown bunt, and now they mix in where they don't show bunt, and he's trying to get it to where they still go and not pull back. As right now, they have control.
It's that combination, I would really say, of just how it didn't go their way. If we look at what happened at this inning, Mason Davey coming in for Sliz. As a pitcher, you just want to get set and get the right tone off, and you didn't get it with the hit from Burt Maximum off the error throw from Cooper Russell, which allowed him not only to go from first, but to second. So you already have that to start things off, which wasn't on Davey by any means. And an immediate bunt from Batavia, which did catch the defense off guard, put runners on the corner situation, as that was a perfect bunt. You couldn't even pin that on the defense.
Yeah, that's just a good
runners on the
bunt.
corners, and the other bunt from Madrid, the RBI bunt, with the play from Quintero. Quintero shaking his head on that. The little late reaction, again, not on Davey, put another run in, and again, 2-on with no outs. And this walk, the first bat, he's got a lot going on in his head right now with no outs, and he's just trying to figure out how to get out of his jam. And that's how you can start things off to try to escape this, is with a strike 1 called against center fielder number 20, Teddy Monahan. Doesn't always help that Falcon Park right now is alive and well. That's going to miss the zone. 1-1. Romick able to stay in front of it. That's his primary job. If he's got to get it done, he's got to do that here, especially with bases loaded, no outs. And everyone's got to look alive, as you can see as well. The infield playing in.
And Monahan, 28 RBIs, leads a team in RBIs. In the 3-hole also. As Davey gets it on the outside corner, 87 miles per hour, 1-2 count.
One-two from Davey. Sent over to I. He's going to go home. They throw to Romick, and they got him. What a play from I. How about that? Prevents a run and keeps the bases loaded with 1 out now. Sent over on a beamer to I on the low hop off the turf from the hit from Monahan. Scooped up by I. It looked like an easy out at first. No, he switches up and goes home, especially playing in. He didn't have that far of a throw to go. And how do you say perfect? Right on the base path to Romick, who just simply caught it, and he was already in line to apply the tag.
Yeah, that was good spatial awareness right there. Knew he wasn't on the base and had to get a tag. Good play by both I and Romick right there.
What a play on that from Braden I to make a putout at home plate. As that's fouled off, and it's an 0-2 count here for Justin Batts. Justin Batts, 1 of 1 on the day. Walk at his first appearance and an RBI single in his last. The 0-2 and a strikeout for Davey. A huge one on the low end, and it's enough as the putout from Braden I, and with the strikeout looking, the first one for Mason Davey is huge. 2-out situation, bases loaded. And it's third baseman Flynn Shoop up to bat. He's 1 of 2 on the day, a single and a strikeout. Davey just trying to keep it where it sits at here in the bottom of the 5th. The first pitch from Davey, delivers, swing and a miss, wanted everything on that inside, and shoot, just the ball to bat, nowhere to be seen. You could see that one, Jerry. He wanted it 88 miles per hour, though. Delivery from Davey.
Getting out of this situation would be massive for Davey to only hold 1 run after everything that happened in this inning.
And called strike 2. 0-2 quickly here. Little time for Shoop, wanting to reevaluate and reset. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 0-2 count. Davey delivers. And gonna miss on the low end. 1-2. One-two count, crowd loud as ever still. Gonna miss down near the turf. 2-2. Good stop from Romick. That one definitely not where Davey wanted it at all. Late on the release, if you ask me, but 2-2. Davey will check the runners, delivers, and sent over to Russell at short. He's going to go first on the throw. And safe. It'll bring in another runner, an RBI single for the Doubledays. It's now 4-2. And that one just comes down to spatial awareness for Cooper Russell, who usually at second always has that mindset to go first. Now he's over at short. A late hit, and of course the runners were already going. So he did have a hard choice there, and the best place he saw in that quick reaction was to go first, and it was way too long of a throw by the time everyone was already shifting in their pieces. 4-2 as it stands, 2 outs, and up to bat designated hitter number 22, Braden Michelson.
You also have to adjust from second to short. Usually have some time to get the ball out of your glove. And at short, you got to get out so much quicker.
One 1 count. And 2 outs, bases loaded. 2 runs scored here in the bottom of the 5th so far for the Doubledays. And that's in for strike 2. 1-2 count. One, two. Just missing on the outside part of home plate. It's 2-2. Close. But staying alive is Michelson. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And into 2 fielders' choice. Getting underneath it on the 2-2. It's fouled off and out of play. I don't know what that hit, but it didn't sound good. Hit
Yeah,
like a metal pole or like a light pole. Sounded like glass. 2-2.
See if anything happens in the later part of the game.
Pitch from Davey, fouled off again. And I feel just so redundant, but this crowd here at Falcon Park is making noise like I've never really heard before at a stadium that we've been away at. 2-2, and inside won't make contact with Michelson, but instead it's a full count payoff for Davey. We'll see what we can get from Davey here. Payoff, bases loaded, 2 outs. Crowd, camera shaking, the lights are on. Payoff. and called ball 4. I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
That was close to the low end. I thought it was high enough, but no. It'll be a walk. And one more for the Doubledays. It's 5-2 here for Auburn. Again, full counts. The walk. Connor Rumpf, an 0-1 count. He's 0 for 1 on a day. A ground over to third and a walk in his last at bat. And a hit by pitch for Davey will move the circle, and another run comes in for Auburn. It's 6-2.
He's trying to throw his slider inside, and when you miss that spot, it's going straight to the batter, and that's just an unfortunate spot right there for Davey. As he's in the bases loaded, he was able to get the 2 outs that he needed, and now he can't get the third to get the job done.
That's 4 runs put up here in the bottom of the 5th for Auburn. Again, the score 6-2. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. As we have a pinch hitter in for Auburn. In for Michael Brigio is number 4 for Auburn. We'll see the pitch first.
William Ragland III is the one up to bat right now.
That's ball 1, and I wish I could tell the crowd to quiet down, but I don't think I really have that choice.
You don't have that power right now.
I never had the opportunity to do that. But again, number 4, William Ragland III, coming in to pinch hit for Michael Brigio in the extra hitter spot in the batting lineup. Will sit in for the zone. It's strike 1, 1-1 count.
Ragland's played in 23 games, started 19 with a 3.75 batting average, 48 at-bats, 10 runs, 18 hits, 2 doubles, and 9 RBIs in the season.
Fouled off. It's now 1-2. One, two. Davey set, trying to bring a long inning to an end. He's got an opportunity here. And this sent. And over the head of Cooper Russell to center field. 1 comes in, 2 comes in. Jalen David holding on to it. And a 2 RBI single from Ragland, who comes in for Brigio. Instantly makes an impact. The 2 out, 2 RBI single brings in 2 more. It's 8-2 for the Doubledays. A game right now that's getting away from Batavia with each batter. Up to bat right fielder number 25, Bert Maximum. He's 1 of 2 on the day. Swing and a miss off the first pitch. Makes it an 0-1 count. Strikeout and then a single in his last at bat. But I can tell you right now, this situation is not what they envisioned, especially with the opportunity that they've had. As a pickoff attempt from Davey, just trying to get off the mound safely over at first. It's no good. So again, runners on the corners. On first is Ragland, and over on third is Connor Rumpf. And the 0-1 will miss. 1-1. As Davies' pitch count has already reached 41. Now 42 in a single inning. 42. Trying to get that number in your head. Runners on the corners. 1-2. Another chance to get an out here. Runner going. Inside, it's ball to Romick will hold on to it as Ragland steals second base. 2 now in scoring position. A 2-2 count. The crowd will not let this game go away as that's sent deep to left field. Got to back up, but underneath it. And eventually bringing an end to one of the longest innings that the Batavia defense has suffered from here in Auburn Falcon Park. 6 runs scored by the Auburn Doubledays in this inning alone. On that, Mason Davey coming in and reaching a total pitch count of 43 just in that instance. 8-2 is your score. And the crowd, they're loving it. I'll tell you that, Jared. They're loving it.
Crowd's loving it here, and right now, just got to come back.
It's what you got to do.
Down
you got to
6,
create a rally.
We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen many times. Baker's still in. The more you see him, the more you start to realize his combo in terms of his pitches. Chip away, run at a time, if anything. Just big game for both teams.
It's a big game on every single side here, just because if we look at the impact, we already mentioned how this coming into tonight's matchup, it's the 1 and 3 seed going toe-to-toe. And if we look around the league right now, within this, outside of this game, it's the Olean Oilers at Niagara Ironbacks. It's tied 5-5 in the top of the 5th. Elmira Pioneers visiting Geneva. Pioneers leading 1-0 in the top of the 5th. That's for your West Division. Outside of that, Jamestown isn't playing, and that's what's risky here for Batavia is their matchup, as it stands, down by 6 runs. If they lose, again, the standings within the West Division, the gap is 1 game between Jamestown and Muckdogs. Yes, Batavia has the tiebreaker, but you don't want to take on these extra losses.
You don't want the tiebreaker to be the deciding factor.
Yes, you always want that safe space.
Yes.
And it's just really what we got to think about with all these cancellations is that a game now for you, you don't have that backup option where, yes, you could maybe rely on another team to help you out because when Batavia lost in their last matchup to the Ironbacks, Jamestown lost to Geneva, and that kept it where it was. Right now, you don't have that luxury. You're now fighting for yourself here late in the regular season.
And tomorrow, even every game, we talk about every game's going to matter. They play Auburn again, but this time it's switched. Jamestown tomorrow plays Oleans. So every game matters, and you probably want to keep first on your own. You don't want help from other teams. You want to do on your own accord.
Is leading things off here in the top of the 6th is Jackson Inman. Again, that's Baker still out there on the mound. He'll foul off the first pitch. It's an 0-1 count. But again, Jamestown, their game yesterday was canceled against the Ironbacks, as so was our game against the Newark Pilots. It was supposed to be at Dwyer Stadium as well, but instead we'll just be visiting them tomorrow. But 3 games left for Jamestown against Olean twice, and at Geneva, unless they schedule the makeup that we don't know about.
I don't think they will. Hopefully.
You never know.
You never know. They
but
might, they
I
could pull
doubt
that
any
trick.
team would late in the season. It's an 0-2 count now for Jackson Inman. But that's what it stands right now on their normal scheduled schedule. 1-2. Inman, he's 0 for 2 on the day. Reaching first off the fielder's choice and then a foul out. And is now 0 for 3. It's a fouled ball off to the catcher's glove. Put it down as a strikeout here for William Baker, his second of the day. It's third baseman number 11, Evan Brock, up to bat. 1 of 2 on the day, a single and a ground out over to short. But again, 1 out, no one on here in the top of the 6th. It's going to be on the outside, but in on the plate. It goes for strike one. A 1 count. And that's a hit by pitch. Well far. I know Evan Brock was sitting on that inside part of the batter's box, but way too close. Hit by pitch, and that's first base for Evan Brock. Now to bat right fielder number 46, Braden Reyna. 0 for 1 on the day, a fly out to left field and a walk in his last at bat, which was full count, a long one at that.
The Doubledays currently have doubled up Batavia in the hits column 8-4. The two teams win ties.
Gonna miss on the low end. It'll go down as ball 1.
Takes pitch 1 for ball 1. That was one of Baker's first truly wild pitches of the night. His 85th toss.
Swing and a miss on a low end pitch. It's now 1-1 for Reyna. Rifling this over to right, and it's going to get down in shallow right field. Evan Brock, with the hesitation, will only be able to reach second. So it's now first and second covered by Muckdogs.
Now out comes their pitching coach to talk to Baker. No action in the bullpen, though. This one just might be a meeting.
See how it plays out. Again, the first meeting now that William Baker will have. Following the hit from Braden Reyna, which now has 2 on, is a much-needed sign of getting something started that Batavia really needs here.
And yep, he's not pulling Baker. Baker's still in, ready to go. Meeting has concluded.
On deck, or, well, now up to bat, should I say, shortstop number 1, Cooper Russell. So 87 pitches now for William Baker. We saw Sliz get pulled at 74. I don't imagine that William Baker will be continuing for too much longer, as that is punched in the lower end, going against Cooper Russell for strike 1. Cooper Russell from Lakewood, Ohio. Recent commit to Brown University earlier this spring, sitting at 5'7", 160 pounds. Will swing, and it's now 2 strikes.
There's Baker getting ahead in the count 0-2. Would love a strikeout here.
Low break for Baker so far, going in the right direction. Cooper Russell trying to stay fighting. He's getting underneath it. Fly out over to right. We'll see if Brock with the tag up. Caught over in deep right. Brock the tag up the throw. What a throw, though. It's not in time and a slightly off the mark, but a huge throw from the right fielder for Auburn, that being Burt Maximum. Guess he's got a cannon over there. They'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs. Extra hitter number 20, Glenn Brooks, up to bat. The RBI single in his last at-bat, should I say. He's 1 of 2 on the day. His first at-bat was a fly out to left. But they're going to need another hit here to try to bring in at least Evan Brock to chip away at the lead that Auburn has built here in the 6th inning. Again, 8-2 is the score, as both players were tagging up, excuse me. Forgot to mention that on the scoreboard. Second and third. When Baker sent, delivers. Rifling this over the shallow left. It gets down. Coming in is both runners. The play at the plate cut off. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Glenn Brooks. How about that? Got what they needed at the most desperate hour. It's now 4-8. A huge chip away there from the 2 RBI single with 2 outs from Glenn Brooks.
Now you're chipping away. You're starting to get that momentum back. You're getting runs on the board.
Quintero, watch ball 1 go up high, pushes count 1-0. Quintero hasn't found a hit yet today, a fly out to left and a strikeout looking in his last at bat. Glenn Brooks stands on first with a huge hit. He's been able to score 3 runners batted in for himself as that goes for ball 2. 2-0 count. And Baker will punch it in for strike 1. It's 2-1. Quintero again just trying to keep the inning alive and see if he can bring in any more runs as it stands 4-8. As the hit from Glenn Brooks is good for their 6th hit of the day. And the lower end that goes in for strike 2. 2-2 count. 2-2. Baker. Set. Delivers. Quintero swinging, getting underneath it. Will do it again. Central Penn College athlete William Baker. This should be his end of the night following this inning. And it's going to be a dribbler over to second. A little scoop toss to first, a little off the mark, but eventually still securing the snag is the first baseman for Auburn, Justin Betts, as he holds on, and it brings an end to the top of the 6th. 2 scored for Batavia, so able to chip away at the lead. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, Auburn wants to extend their lead even more. We'll see what we get dealt in terms of defense for Batavia this time when we come back following these few words. Message from Go Health New York. Has your child been tested for lead? The only way to know if your child has lead poisoning is to get them tested. All children should be tested at ages 1 and 2. Talk to your healthcare provider or the lead poisoning prevention staff from the Genesee County Health Department. 585-344-2580, extension 5555, about a blood lead test for your child today, or for more information on transportation to get tested. And a message from Mental Health Association. Wellness on the Go. WNGO offers mobile mental health supports through Medicaid's managed care plans across Niagara, Genesee, and Orleans counties. For more information or to make a referral, call us at 585-345-0448. And here we go. We have a pitching change out there for Batavia, as Romick is already going to talk things over with the newcomer, number 21, Matt Marsh, coming in for Mason Davey. So if you saw that alone, Mason Davey recording 44 total pitches in 1 inning. His day already comes to a conclusion as, again, Matt Marsh in his place out there on the mound.
Marsh has made 3 appearances, 0-0 record with a 7.50 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 of them being earned, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. in the season.
First batter he's going to have to face number 27, rifling this deep to center left. And snagged by Jalen David. I lost that one in front of the scoreboard.
Yep, definitely in the light.
I could not see that one in the far distance, but able to get the snag there is Jalen David. So the first batter phase, that's Jake Bentavenga, who rifles that on the warning track over in center left, but snagged by Jalen David for the first flyout. Matt Marsh again, we'll see. This bat goes a little bit longer in his favor. It did work out, but again, back to the top of the lineup. So, fresh start. Shortstop number 5, Jaden Madrid. Madrid 2 of 3. A single ground out over to third, and then a RBI bunt. As he sends this to shallow right field, and landing in front of Reyna for another hit. Madrid's day continues. So in the fourth go-around of the carousel here for Auburn, Ethan Smith, second man in the batting lineup, up to bat once more. Hasn't recorded a hit today. Out on the fielder's choice, then a strikeout and walk in his last at-bat. Matt Marsh, it's going to be outside for ball 1. Excuse a little cutout, 1-1. To make sure that's ball inside, blocked down by Romick. 2-1. As that's fouled off. And it's a 2-2 count. Two is going to be in the lower end outside. 3-2, a full count. Again, the crowd playing loud. Full count. Marsh staring down. Madrid deals home, and it's going to be ball 4 inside. And we'll walk Ethan Smith. Up to bat, center fielder number 20, Teddy Monahan. Monahan had the triple earlier in this game that started off a tie, should I say, in the 4th inning. That's ball outside for a 1-0 count. Again, 2 on, 1 out, 1-0 count. Last time we saw Matt Marsh, you don't have to go too long ago. That's going against the Ironbacks, July 19th. Only served 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 1 hit, 3 runs, all 3 being earned, as it's a swing and a miss. Make it 1-1. But again, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 batter walked, no strikeouts across 5 batters faced and 17 total pitches. We saw Matt Marsh appear as a designated hitter a few times here and there. That was the first time we saw him pitch, as that's fouled off since June 11th, following an injury against the Jamestown Tarpskunks matchup where he re-aggravated an injury in his throwing shoulder and was taken out for quite some time and finally reemerged in that game against the Ironbacks in a quick stint that exactly didn't go his way. That's down low. Matt Marsh set. We'll check the runners. Defense back into position, deals inside. And a full count here for Monahan. Back-to-back full counts. Ethan Smith faced the first one and the current one up to bat. We'll see if he gets the better end of the story. 2 on, 1 out, full count. Matt Morris is set. Glance over, delivers home, payoff, and dribbled to Evan Brock at third. He's got a long throw to go to beat him out, and he does over at first. A huge throw on the run from Evan Brock. The runners will advance, but it's now 2 outs. The put out from Teddy Monahan on the fielder's choice. It brings up first baseman number 32, Justin Batts. He has 1 hit recorded today. 1 of 2. Walked in his first appearance, then an RBI single, and then a strikeout looking in his last at bat. First pitch from Matt Marsh going to Justin Batts. He's in the cleanup spot in the batting order. Is a dribbler over to I, able to stay in front of it and make an easy put out. So no runs will be scored here on Matt Marsh, who comes in as the 3rd pitcher today for Batavia. The 6th inning wrapped up. The score still 8-4 in the Doubledays' favor. Batavia still has a lot to make up with their chances dwindling when we come back following these sponsorship reads.
In support of the Batavia Muckdogs, we would like to thank these corporate sponsors and community partners. Alex's Place, Allegheny Farm Services, AmeriGroup, Arc of Glow, Ashley Furniture, Batavia Downs, Batavia Foot Care Center, Batavia's Original, Best Choice Heating and Air, Bikers Against Child Abuse, Von Traeger Auctioneer, Bourbon and Burger, Bright Path Kids, Bully Hill Vineyards, Burger King, Casella Waste, Salino Plumbing, Chaplain Valley Equipment, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Crosby's, Daily News, Dave's Ice Cream, Easttown Beverage, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Everdry Waterproofing, Farm Credit East, Burrell Gas, Ficarella's Pizza, Frank's Call Mr. Plumber, Freed Maxick, Genesee Community College, Geico, Local Batavia Office, Genesee County Chamber of Commerce, Genesee Lumber, Genesee Penny Saver, Go Health, Good Life, Graham Corporation, H.B. Hood, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, J. Leonard McAndrew Funeral Home, Ken Barrett Chevrolet, Leaf Guard, Liberty Pumps, Louis J. Lang and Sons, Massive Testing, Mental Health Association of Genesee and Orleans, Magaveros Automotive, M-Power Agency, Next Era Energy, Northside Deli, New York School for the Blind, Oak Orchard Health, Oakwood Hills, O-Aka Milk Products, Olacy's, Overhead Door, PNCG, Pellegrino Auto Sales, RFG Associates, Skyworks, Stan's Harley Davidson, Stop DWI, Suburban Propane, TF Browns, Tompkins Bank of Castile, Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union,
Toyota of Batavia, Trevor R. Rowley State Farm, Tri-County Auto Glass, Tully's, United Memorial Medical Center, UR Wilmot Cancer Institute, WBTA, Wright Beverage, and the YMCA. Thank you for your continued support of the Batavia Muckdogs. Right there, as you saw, following the sponsorship read, a fly over to right field for the leadoff man in this position, catcher number 47, Cooper Romick. It brings up left fielder number 31, Jeremy Ramos. Again, 1 out following the fly out from Romick here to start things off in the top of the 7th. It's still William Baker III out there on the mound. His day will continue.
Yep, we both thought his day was ending, but he's still in, still wheeling and dealing.
He's now surpassed 100 total pitches today. So the 0-1 is now 1-1. And that's up high near Ramos. He's not going to take any chances at that. Ducks down a little, trying to avoid contact. As that's going to punch in just on the lower end for strike 2. Make this a 2-2 count. And rifling this over to the second baseman, and a good snag to stay in front of it. A little hesitation there on the throw. And securing a very late out there at first base. A close one at that. It's from Auburn. Connor Rumpf collected it. I'm not sure what he exactly thought for a second, but was hesitating on where to end up putting the ball. Eventually realized that it's just a force out at first and able to make the throw there, beating out in a very close window Jeremy Ramos. With 2 outs now, as that's sitting too high. Second baseman number 17, Braden Eye, up to bat.
Now, I'm surprised the umpires didn't meet together on that play. It
was close.
It was really close, especially with that hesitation.
And the throw bounced off the turf too there, so I thought maybe we'd see a little discussion at least.
Yeah, at least a meeting.
Or at least, not even if the umpires, but if Coach Skips attempt to at least try to argue, because you need these situations to play out your favors. That's going to left field a little too skied high and snagged by the left fielder from Auburn, Ethan Smith, for the final out here in the top of the 7th. 3 up, 3 down by the Auburn defense brings an end to the top of the 7th inning.
Just got to keep holding zeros.
It's really what you can do if you want to chance to fight back and claw back in this game. Is it again? It is 4-8.
Still have 2 innings also to make a move.
Those chances are dwindling.
We are seeing another pitching change though. Matt Marsh now out, and Landon Stoddard is now on the mound.
So Stoddard will be closing things here, at least for the 7th inning. Didn't really mean that word closing just kind of slipped out. Didn't really mean to say that, but again, Landon Stoddard coming in for Matt Marsh. So Matt Marsh's day already comes to a very short end as well, with 1 innings pitched. 1 innings pitched, no strikeouts, no runs, with 1 hit allowed across 5 batters faced, and a total of 16 total pitches. But again, in his place, Landon Stoddard for 27. And Stoddard comes in today with an 0-1 record, an ERA of a 12.66. This will go down as his 8th appearance. He's had 1 start earlier in this season. He's served 10 2/3 innings. He does also have a save registered to his name as well, allowing 13 hits with 17 runs scored, 15 of those being earned, 7 batters walked, and 6 strikeouts to his name on the season. Again, Landon Stoddard coming in for Matt Marsh. First batter faced for Stoddard. It's number 2, third baseman Flynn Shoop, again starting things off here with the Doubledays in the bottom of the 7th. So I believe this quick rotation with Matt Marsh. Still stems from his injury, and they don't want to really give him a heavy workload. That's the word I was looking for. Heavy workload immediately back from injury and just still trying to bring him back day by day. As that goes for ball one, or strike one, excuse me. No 1 count.
We also don't want to overuse your pitchers before playoffs happens. You want everybody available. So short stints is the best option right now.
Correction there on the graphic. It's an 0-1 record. I know it faded away, but an 0-1 record for Landon Stoddard. And on deck, we have a pinch hitter, Nacho Gonzalez. In for designated hitter, number 22, Braden Michelson. Pitch from Stoddard, 3-1. Gonna find that into the zone, full count for the first batter face for Stoddard. He's going against Flynn Shoop, and up next he's gonna go against a new face. No one's quite faced off before, Nacho Gonzalez, number 3. And trying to bring it across, it starts out too far out on the payoff pitch from Stoddard, and it's outside. Ball 4 and a walk, allowing Shoop first base. But again, up, number 3, Nacho Gonzalez in as a pinch hitter for designated hitter, number 22, Braden Michelson within the batting lineup.
And he's played in 20 games, starting 14 with a .314 batting average, 51 at-bats, 9 hits, 16 runs, 2 doubles, and 14 RBIs.
Again, crowd relentless. Fresh count, no outs. First pitch, just missing on the inside, called ball 1. That was a beautiful pitch, if you ask me.
It was beautiful spin rate right into the inside corner. I also thought it was a strike.
As this is a slap over to first, and Quintero able to just make a unassisted play for the first putout. 1 out, advances Shoop to second. Brings up number 24, second baseman Connor Rumpf. Hasn't had a hit today. He's only 0 for 1, though. Ground over to third in his first appearance, and then a walk and a hit by pitch. His last 2. He's got 1 out, 1 runner on second. Again, that's as Flint Shoop. First pitch from Stoddard. Deals and punching that in the bottom right corner. 0-1 count.
Just 75 miles per hour there. The changeup slots in.
Make that strike 2. 0-2 for Stoddard. Gets ahead here. And the pitch will be fouled off. We'll do it again. Set, delivers, and a half swing. It's going foul and out of play. Rumpf just going with a check and set the bat at a 45-degree angle, and it's just going to hit off the bat and go just within play, but at the wall, so very hard place for Quintero to get there. It's again 0-2. Stoddard will check Shoop over at second. No one covering, deals home. Is what?
Yep, we're not the umpires.
Yeah, I don't like that one. 1-2. I don't know how you missed that, but okay, 1-2. Getting underneath him, fouling out of play. We'll do it again. One, two, Stoddard. Gonna miss upstairs. 2-2. Two, and gonna miss in the turf. Full count. Full count. A long at bat. Payoff. And he's got him. Punched in the top right. Rumpf not liking that, but I mean, hey, that's.
We'll take it as Muckdog fans. We'll take it as Muckdog commentators.
I'm taking that because I don't know how you missed that one. That was called the first ball in this count.
True.
I'm counting that. A strikeout looking, though, going against Rumpf, the first strikeout for Stoddard, and it's now 2 outs. Shoop still over on second base. Again, 2 outs. And it's extra hitter. Number 4, William Ragland III, coming in as a pinch hitter in 2 innings ago for Michael Abrigio. Ragland, though, in his first appearance, scored a 2 RBI single. That's strike 1 for Stoddard. Gonna miss low, pushes it 1-1. Gonna miss, blocked down by Romick. It's 2-1. Shoop will stay away from third base. Two punched in for strike 2. Time called, set back though. And this, a slow roller, Cooper Russell on the chop, able to come in and make the 3rd out. So the 7th inning retired. No one will score here. 2 more chances for Batavia.
As Baker is going in for another inning. 108 pitches, and he is still on the mound for the Doubledays.
Well, I guess he's ready to press to come back when we're set to talk a little bit about them. But for now, we're going to briefly touch on the standings before we get on to the top of the 8th, if the graphic would get loaded. Again, sometimes these graphics like to take their sweet time. Oh, this one's been giving me trouble as of recently, but here you go. You have the Batavia Muckdogs leading the West Division at a 26-9-1 record. Geneva will be mathematically eliminated after today. If I did my math correct, again, trying to do this math is not the easiest thing. But again, Jamestown Tarpskunks, they've clinched as well, along with Batavia, for the 2 spots. They're both going to hold either 1 and 2 after the season is said and done. It's just a question of who will have the 1 seed and who will have the 2. Auburn, Niagara Ironbacks, the Pioneers, and the Oilers all still fighting for 3 and 4. Auburn a 1.5 game lead over the Ironbacks, who sit in the 4 spot. But within them, they're all within 3 games, and all teams have a different amount of games remaining. So that's really the question of how these final next 4 days will play off, including today as well. You could have as much as 5 or as little as 2, depending on the team you're looking at. But that's how the West Division is shaking up, and we'll see how this matchup, when it finally is all said and done, impacts the standings. But you just saw there, first pitch. Going to go for ball 1. It's William Baker, as said by Jarrett, still out there. That's pitch number 109. Make that 110 as that's strike 1. A 1-1 count here in the top of the 8th. The leadoff batter for Batavia. Center fielder number 50, Jalen David. 4th go-around in the carousel here for the Muckdogs. 1-1. He'll foul it off to the backstop. It's now 1-2. That's the thing about Baker. He's so fast when he gets set. When he steps up to the rubber, you better be ready. He's about to deliver a quick
He's also long rotation. And lengthy, like long with some. Never mind. He's a very long kind of pitcher.
Long-lived.
There we go.
Drop strike 3. The throw from the catcher a little too high. Did he get him on the jump? No, able to get down just in time to confirm the putout on Jalen David over at first base. So it's now 1 out for the Auburn Doubledays defense. Designated hitter number 2, Jackson Inman, stepping up to the box. Again, 2 more chances, including this inning alone. You got the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th. On deck is third baseman number 11, Evan Brock. Inman hasn't recorded a hit today, as that's inside for ball 1. Inman on the day out, reaching first on a fielder's choice over to short. Then a foul out and a strikeout in his last at-bat. 1-0. Baker deals, fouled off to the backstop, make it 1-1. The thing with Brett Baker is he's only recorded 3 strikeouts in the 31 batters faced all day, as he's now above 110 pitches. And it's just showing really how the defense for the Auburn Doubledays has come into effect to make sure that it's a little easier job. As that's a slap over the head of the shortstop for Auburn, Jaden Madrid, for the first hit for Jackson Inman as he reaches a single with 1 out. The Doubledays defense, excuse me. Third baseman number 11, Evan Brock, up to bat. He's 1 of 2 on the day. A single, a ground out over to short, and a hit by pitch in his last at bat.
And they do have somebody warming up right now, but it's just going to be when do they finally call Baker's number to end the day, as I believe that is probably the closer for the Doubledays.
And at this point, I would think the only reason we don't see Baker finish things out here for the top of the 8th is some implosion.
Exactly. Some implosion, some bases loaded, maybe opportunity.
It's got to get away from him. As that goes for strike 1, that one now going up high, make it 1-1 for Evan Brock. Yeah, a little closer look at Baker. Again, 3 strikeouts, one of those being looking. 32 batters now faced. As that's sent deep to right, it's going down the first baseline and a little too much hang time and caught deep right field at the warning track. It's 2 outs now. Right fielder number 46, Braden Reyna, now up to bat. Reyna, 1 of 2 on the day, a fly out to left, and his first at bat, walk and a single. But the defense right now making sure that they've got Baker's back every step of the way. As that's in for strike 1. It's from the batter's face, 14 flyouts and 6 groundouts. If you want to look comparatively on the other side, for Batavia, they've only had 2 flyouts and 10 groundouts on the defense. Yes, they've had 9 strikeouts compared to 3. But in those categories, it's more or less the pitchers that have had to get it done, and that's why you've gone through 4 compared to Baker's 1. Another strike there. 1-2.
Down to his last strike, that misses at the turn.
Gonna miss low, 2-2. Again, Batavia, since being down 2-8, has only put 2 more up on the board. And just missing. Wow.
That's a lifeline right there. Wow. With how the umpire's been calling this game, I was thinking strike 3.
Ball 3 make it, though. It's full count.
That is true. Muckdogs fans, we will take it.
For Reyna, the payoff, and he got him on the next one. The payoff is a strikeout looking, the 4th one for Baker. An 8th inning comes to a conclusion, or at least the top of the 8th, excuse me. The 8th inning done, pitched for William Baker. That's where I was getting at. We'll see if his day, which I'm going to say should be done. But you never know at this point. We've said that for how long? Over and over again. Who would know if they try to even just throw him out there and have a full, complete game? Because right now, it's again 4-8 or 8-4 is your score for the Doubledays. Heading to the bottom of the 8th when we step aside, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Bottom of the 8th, first pitch from Stoddard in for strike 1. Going against the leadoff man, 25, Burt Maximum. This one's a slow roller. Cooper Russell collect the throw, beating him out. In time, it's 1 out now on defense for Batavia. Now to bat, number 27, catcher Jake Bentavega. It's ball 1. 1-0 count. 2-0. I don't know why the umpire just hit a little shimmy there. 2-0.
Both of us just had the same reaction after that. Both kind of shot each other a quick little look.
I don't know where that. It was like he was contemplating it. Gonna be high inside. Move it to 3-0. 3-0 pitch. In for strike one. 3-1 now for Stoddard. Going against Jake Bentavenga, who's got one hit, that being a bunt today. Other than that, 1 of 3. Missing in the bottom. Ball 4 and a walk for Bentavenga. We've reached the top of the lineup. It's number 5, shortstop Jaden Madrid. The fifth go-around in the batting order. Madrid, 3 of 4. A single, then a ground out over to third. Since then, an RBI bunt and a single in his last at-bat as well. His day has been monumental, to say the least. Stoddard, the first pitch is going to punch it in for strike one.
Starts that delivery, the pitch is immediately incoming. The Doubledays haven't quite gotten used to it yet. Still looking for their first hit against this righty relief pitcher.
0-1. It's going to miss down on the turf. Move it 1-1. That's going to be a pass ball behind Romick, and it's going to be a free base for Bentavega, who advances to second. You look around the scores around the league. The top of the 7th, Oilers leading at Niagara 9-8. The top of the 5th, the Pioneers up 1-0. Or, excuse me, I don't believe that is correct. And they're up 3-2 in the top of the 8th. Excuse me on that. Short dribbler over to Russell. He's going to make a put out at first and going to make it in time. Will advance Bentavega to third, but it's now 2 outs. So again, a correction on my little hesitation of a statement there, but it's 3-2 in the top of the 8th. The Pioneers leading against Geneva. At Geneva, and the Oilers leading 9-8 in the top of the 7th. So with the second out here back in Auburn, 2 outs, Bentavega on third. Up to that, following the ground out, Ethan Smith. Or the ground out from Jade Madrid, it's left fielder number 13, Ethan Smith. Sends that foul out of play. 1-1 count. Again, the crowd still loud. Doesn't help when the crowd is right in front of us. Hint, hint, but 2-1. Not much. What can you do about nothing? 2-1. I'm punching it for strike 2 on the inside part of home plate. Again, 2-2 count. Two. Swing and a miss. Or fouled off into the glove. Doesn't matter, same result. It's an out. Strikeout for Ethan Smith brings an end to the 8th inning. Auburn Doubledays still hold on to a lead. 8-4. Batavia needs. So we just lost the lights here.
We lost some power right now. As wow.
Who hit the lights? But again,
well,
it's 8-4. The lead for the Doubledays is still out there is William Baker.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. He's now
going to do a full game.
He's going to do a full game, and there the lights are on. As right now, Cooper Russell, Glenn Brooks, and Quintero are the next 3 up. This is just unbelievable. I'm trying to figure out my words right now, but I'm still shocked that Baker is still in the game with 120 pitches. Is that where we're at right now?
He's had their number officially on the day. William Baker has reached a count of 125.
120. Wow. We might be hitting the most pitches we've seen from a pitcher. It used to be that pitcher at Niagara Falls Americans when they had that magical comeback.
116. This is the most we've seen from an opponent.
He's now taken first.
Again, this is what it looked like coming into tonight's matchup for stats. As, again, another... We'll fix that graphic for you in a second. There you go.
Wow.
A little quick fix. But those are the team stats coming into tonight's matchup. You can see that Batavia, in a lot of metrics, up there in the top percentile. Auburn was kind of scattered, good at stealing bases and just around the middle of the pack overall, but so far they've had one of the best teams in the league's number all night long, and exclusively to William Baker III out there on the mound. The top of the ninth, though, here we go, the last chance for the Muckdogs, as that goes for ball 1. The leadoff man, Cooper Russell. Again, 8-4. The Doubledays hanging on to the lead in a huge matchup here at the end of the regular season, as that's upstairs 2-0 count. Gonna go for strike 1. It's now 2-1. Cooper Russell on the day has one recorded hit, the RBI single that brought in the first run of the game between the two teams in the top of the first, as that's fouled off, and now a 2-2 count for Cooper Russell. Since then, a fly out to center and right. Let's see what he gets here.
Russell stepping back in. Baker's 130th pitch coming up. A little over 2.5 hours.
2-2, gonna miss too high, a full count. William Baker and Cooper Russell going head-to-head, and again, it should be the same situation for William Baker. He's going to close this thing to the end, bearing any situation. Payoff. And a foul off and a ricochet off the helmet of the catcher here for Auburn. He seems to be all right. Batavia just has to shake it off and breathe, taking off the mask, and should be good to go. We'll do the payoff pitch once again. But as it stands, these two teams will collide once again tomorrow. So it's a question of how are you going to adjust? You don't have a time to be able to be thinking about, hey, we need to improve upon this. We'll work on it. You just have to think about what you need to improve on and then move on to tomorrow. But again, that's tomorrow, and it's not over yet here in Auburn. Payoff pitch once again, and missing too high. It's going to be a walk, and Cooper Russell now stands over on first base. Nothing from coaching for Auburn. He's just going to be able to get that one out of the way. It brings up number 20, Glenn Brooks, the extra hitter. He's the best hitter so far for Batavia tonight. 2 of 3. A fly out and left to start his day, but since then an RBI single and a 2 RBI single. Let's see what Glenn Brooks can do. First one is going to miss just too high. It's going to go 1-0. He's now surpassed the 130 pitch count at 133.
Number just keeps going up right now as the closer is still warming up. He's now back warming up just in case.
Again, too high. It's a 2-0 count.
Glenn Brooks has 3 RBIs on the day. Just doesn't have a runner in scoring position this time if he has each of those past 2 times at the plate.
And the pitch, this time sitting down low enough in the zone. No swing from Brooks, and it's 2-1.
For our statistics, Baker's gone for 2 complete games so far this season. He's looking to make it 3 here.
Gonna miss too high, 3-1.
I know in the past some of his complete games have been in those
So with that,
short stretches. Getting what in a 9-inning,
nearing 140.
especially impressive.
Swing and a miss. It's a full count. One thing to note for William Baker, he's gone 2 full games so far for the Doubledays this season. If he can do that here, that would be the third time this season doing a complete game. How about that? Payoff. If fouled off, we'll do it again.
And he is still, with 130 pitches, still having his fastball hit 86 miles per hour. That is what has been hit this whole game.
Everyone's set. Again, every pitch mattering. With so much weight here in the top of the 9th. Cooper Russell in first. No outs. Payoff. Delivery. Swing and a miss for Glenn Brooks on the higher end. And that's a strikeout for Glenn Brooks. 1 out now in the top of the 9th. It brings up first baseman James Quintero.
So sharp tonight. He's 2 outs away from a complete game. He has been so fun to watch. I can't imagine his nerves right now up there.
James Quintero 0 for 3 on the day.
First pitch and his last pitch. Show them to me right now. I don't know if I can tell you which was which because he has looked just.
The pitch is going to be too high. The first one seen for Quintero. It's ball 1. He's been able to fight through 2 long ones. The first one played out in favor for Cooper Russell. The second one not so much for Glenn Brooks. So went swinging. That one's going to drop in on a changeup. Dropping down to 76 miles per hour, and the first one came in at 86. But sits it down for a 1-1 count. William Baker set, delivers, and this one way too high. That one getting away from him. Again, no surprise that you're going to see those, especially when you've reached a total surpassing 140. He is now at 142 exactly.
This is unbelievable. This is an absolute amazing, unbelievable performance.
2-1. Getting underneath that and out of play. It's a 2-2 count now for Quintero. On deck, catcher number 47, Cooper Romick. Baker's set. 2-2. He delivers and fouled off right to the backstop. We'll do it again.
Quintero is 0 for 3 on the night, including 1 backwards K. And based off the way he's been swinging this bat, he doesn't want to go now.
We'll see what we can get here. Long at-bats after long at-bats from every Muckdogs player in the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th. No one wants to go down home with a loss, and another strikeout here. This one looking against Quintero. It's now 2 outs. Cooper Russell still over on first, but 2 outs. Catcher number 47, Cooper Romick, up to bat. He hasn't had a hit either today. A ground out over to third, and back-to-back flyouts to right field is how his day has gone so long. Again, the score, 8-4 for the Doubledays. 2 outs, and it all comes down here in the top of the 9th. William Baker trying to complete a full game. He's reached 145 pitches as he punches in for strike 1 on pitch 146.
Board. A runner on first.
Pitch 147, too high, Russell going, and it's just going to be a free base. No throw from Venenega.
Stolen back by Russell. Now Batavia does have a runner in scoring position. Auburn leading the runs column 8-4, the hits column 9-7. 1-1 count.
1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. This is where it all comes down to this. A huge game with playoff implications on the line, and William Baker III trying to do it himself for the Doubledays. Pitch 149 on the way. Time called, though. Again, 149. Russell at second. A 1-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. And it all comes down to this to keep the game going any longer from here.
Potentially. We might have to call to you on air. I'm sorry about that. But the 1-2 count.
Pitch 149. Swing and a miss and a strikeout going against Cooper Romick. A complete game for William Baker. He gets it done with his name stamped all over this one. A victory for Auburn, defending their house against the Batavia Muckdogs, who drop another one as of recently. Their last 10 is one of the worst on the season, as these matchups for the Muckdogs closing things out are not going the way they want, as it wraps up here. 8-4, Auburn Doubledays getting home a win at home. And Jarrett, we saw everything down to a complete game, to errors that definitely Batavia wanted back in some way or not. But take me through your perspective of what you saw out there.
When a pitcher takes control, it's hard to get him out of that control. And that whole game, Baker just had a whole control of the game, whether it was, especially in the early part of the game, he did not use all of his pitches because he had his help from his defense. He was trying to get the outs quicker. And then in that later innings, he started to get uncomfortable. He started to have those runners in scoring position. But once you have all that momentum and you've hit that moment, you can be aggressive and get those strikeouts that he needed. And it's just a better performance by the pitching staff against the Batavia Muckdogs. They just had no opportunity to get some runs on the board because of Baker having so much control of the game.
So when it's all said and done, Auburn Doubledays defend the house. 8-4 is the final score. Auburn now moves to a record of 21-15. Batavia falls to 26-10-1. Following the loss, their last 10 coming into today, they were moving at a 6-3-1. Following this, that will now move to 5-4-1. Their worst last 10 all season long. Right now, Jamestown breathing down their neck with the tiebreaker following this loss. Auburn making it a little bit harder to even come back and fight for their spot in playoffs. I got to double check if they locked it. I'm not exactly sure, but again, that'll be math that you'll see tomorrow when they play Auburn at Dwyer Stadium tomorrow. But again, 8-4, William Baker pitching a complete game here in Falcon Park. Got it done. The name stapled all over today's game, and that's how it comes to fruition for Batavia, who's just trying to hold on to the 1 seed with the regular season finale coming in on July 25th. We'll take you through the schedule one last time before signing off, but every game still has huge playoff implications. You can't forget that, and that was a reason here today. But Thursday, tomorrow, versus Auburn at Dwyer, 6:30. Then Friday at Newark, 6:30. And Saturday, regular season finale versus Niagara Falls in Dwyer. Make sure you stay tuned for that. A reminder, the first round of playoffs starts Monday, July 27th. It will be at Dwyer no matter what. Don't miss it. We'll see you then. Final score 8-4. My name is Ben Grayson Natali. Alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.